Good morning. Here we are, day one, start of the Cleveland Way. So I've just walked the half a mile or so from the start point there, where my daughter very kindly dropped me off this morning, and I'm about to embark on take two of the Cleveland Way, 109 miles from Helmsley over to Filey. So I've planned around 6 days to do this. First 2 days are quite tough. I think I've got about 45 miles to do over the North York Moors before I make my way down to the coast at Saltburn, through Whitby, Scarborough and the end destination in Filey. So I say take two. Obviously those that have been following my channel from the start will remember that I walked the Cleveland Way back in 2020. It didn't quite go to plan, which we'll elaborate on no doubt as we get further down the trail. But for now, weather not looking great today, thunderstorms forecast. I don't know what it is with me and national trails. Day one always seems to be a threat of thunderstorms, but anyway, we can't control the weather. So let's go and do this, shall we? Let's go and see what the day brings. So, why the Cleveland Way, I hear you ask? Well, I almost decided to do the Pennine Way again this year. I definitely wanted to do another national trail, and I'd actually booked all of my accommodation for the Pennine Way, but as I got closer I just realised I hadn't got that amount of time to commit to it this year. I wanted to do something, and as I mentioned in my channel update video that I posted a couple of weeks ago, I felt like I'd got unfinished business with the Cleveland Way, given when I took it on in 2020, I had to bail after 90 minutes because of shin splints. And I also remember what a fantastic trail it was, and with it being in the COVID year, unfortunately, I didn't really go and explore anywhere. I just got my head down and did the miles. Well, I'm going to actually try and enjoy the trail a bit more this time, and see a little bit more of what the Cleveland Way has to offer. I mean, one thing I do remember is how beautiful some of the woodlands are. I came close to almost booking to do this in about a month's time. I thought by mid-October, once the trees are starting to change colour, I thought that would be an absolutely fantastic time of year to do it, but obviously you get to mid-October and you really are losing daylight hours quick at that time, and I just thought it would just be a case of head down and churning through the miles every day to get back before dark. But yeah, it's looking beautiful so far. So I'm about 3.5 miles in and the going's good. Fairly steady walking so far, no particular hills to climb as such. I have just realised though that I'm actually wearing the same hat, base layer and gilet as I did when I took on the Cleveland Way 4 years ago. So people might actually wonder if they watched the first video, if they're actually watching the same video. Probably the fact that I do look 4 years older will actually give the game away though. Quite an impressive little holiday letter, assuming that's what that is. I don't know if that's the personal bench, but I'm going to use it to have 5 minutes, I think. I've passed literally hundreds of pheasants on the walk so far. Probably see them all flying off there. I guess if you were to walk the Cleveland Way in another month's time, in autumn, when the shoot season starts, you'd be ducking every time you hear gunshot wounds. Wounds? Sounds. Definitely want a gunshot wound. So I've just had a quick look on the rain radar, and there's a small band of really heavy and what looks like thundery rain just south of where I am at the moment, and it looks like it's making its way northwards. So maybe in about half an hour to an hour's time I could be battening down the hatches. It doesn't look like it's prolonged rain, thankfully. Famous last words. I looked at the weather forecast about a week ago, and it was predicting kind of glorious end to the summer this week. You know, we've just had a decent week of weather, and it was predicting for that to continue into this week. But you just can't trust the weather forecast in this country, can you? You have to just take what you get, really, and hope it's not too bad. So I'm just passing through the village of Cold Kirby, which doesn't live up to its name. It's really muggy. That kind of mugginess you get when there's thunderstorms around. Oh dear. So the first rain of the Cleveland Way has arrived, bang on time, predicted in about 12 o'clock. I actually stopped here in 2020 and had my lunch, but not today. I think it's we'll keep on going till we can find some shelter, or the rain stops with any luck. So I'm fast approaching Sutton Bank. I've just passed the point in the trail where the Cleveland Way branches off, and you can take a short detour over to the White Horse, which adds about 2 miles onto the day. I did do that in 2020 just to say I'd done it, but I'm not going to do that today. You can't really see the White Horse properly from this side, and I did start late today. We'd be having to drive up, so yeah, I want my tea at a reasonable hour, so no, I'll just carry on to Osmotherley. I think that clay must have been made before it all became overgrown and misty. So I'm around 9 miles in now, just following the section that goes down from Sutton Bank, which I can't remember any of this from the last time I walked the Cleveland Way. I keep having to stop and check the map to see if I'm on the actual right trail. I mean, I've got to be. There's only one path you can follow, but I can't remember any of it. The weather just can't make up its mind. Rain just keeps coming in and out. I'm about 2 miles from High Paradise Farm, which, if I remember rightly, is a bit of a tea room. So if that's open, I'm going to stop there for a cuppa and hopefully to sample some cakes if they've got any. So I've just made it to Boltsby Forest, about half a mile now from High Paradise Farm. And I've just passed a sign that says 9 miles to Osmotherley, which will probably mean it'll be about a 20-mile day in total today. So that was a much needed stop. Cup of tea, slice of lemon drizzle cake at High Paradise Farm there. The rain was just starting to come down quite heavy when I arrived, and Well, so far it's stopped now, but looking ahead, it looks like there's quite a bit more to come. So I think now I'm pretty much on the open moorland for the rest of the way into Osmotherley. So we're well and truly out in the middle of nowhere now, just following this well-graded track along the moors. I thought I ought to address the comments I made right at the start of the video in terms of why I've got unfinished business with the Cleveland Way. So 4 years ago, for those that watched that series, you'll remember that I had to bail after 90 miles. I basically developed shin splints. Came on during the first day, funnily enough, and just got progressively worse to the point where I just had to call it a day because it had been foolish to carry on. If I'm totally honest, I just underestimated the efforts involved in doing back-to-back long days. I think 4 of the first 5 days are over 20 miles, and certainly tomorrow is a really tough day. Tomorrow it's about 5,000 feet of ascent tomorrow. So although I've done a lot of long day walks in the lead up to my 2020 effort, I'd probably neglected other things such as just strengthening the body, eating the right foods when I was on the trail. So, you know, obviously I know I've done the Pennine Way since, and you know, it wasn't easy, but I feel like I'd learnt the lessons of the last Cleveland Way and trained differently for that one. Obviously I'm a few years older now, so we'll see how we go this time, but you know, I am looking forward to seeing how my body copes this time. I feel like I've put the training in, but I'm getting old. So yeah, whether I can keep doing these back-to-back 20-mile days, we'll see, shall we, as the trail progresses. So I've had my final rest and snack stop for the day. I've got about 3.5 miles to go now. The sun keeps trying to break through the slate grey sky, but yeah, it's not succeeding, and it doesn't look like it will either. Also, you've probably noticed that I've actually set the camera up to do a few of those cheesy walk on by shots so far. Assuming I've put them in the video, I might not have bothered. But I wouldn't get used to that though. When you've got 20 odd miles a day to cover, it's all extra faff setting the camera up to do that, and obviously extra distance too, but we'll see. Right, let's finish the day off, shall we? So you can see the route for tomorrow opening up. It's quite misty up on the hills in the distance. Definitely signs that autumn is on the way. So I've made it to the youth hostel in Osmotherley. I've got a private room here, But I forgot just how small youth hostel rooms are, but hey ho. At least I've got somewhere to rest up for the night. So I think in total today I've done, I think around just over 20 miles, I think it's been in total. Bit of a mixed bag with the weather, but the second half of the day, it's not been bad at all. Right, so the plan is I'm staying in hostels and B&Bs for the whole way, a little bit like I did when I walked the Pennine Way, so hopefully that means I'll be able to edit the videos each night, and subject to having good enough Wi-Fi or 4G, I should be able to upload them so they're ready for about 7 o'clock each morning, but we'll see. Fingers crossed I'm able to do that. I've not edited a video on my phone since I walked the Pennine Way 3 years ago, so just hope I can remember how to do it. Right, okay, thanks for watching today. Tomorrow is a very long day. I think it's the toughest day of the Cleveland Way, about 23 miles, about 5,000 feet of ascent, as I mentioned earlier though. And I looked at the weather, unfortunately it's looking foggy for most of the day, so possibly with rain as well, so you know, not ideal. I might not have much in the way of views tomorrow, but well, you know what it's like. Take the rough with the smooth where the weather's concerned. Okay, right, thanks for watching. Catch you tomorrow. Bye for now.